Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Onetre Rock. You already know what time it is. It's the Onetre Fighter Weekly Pick'em. I'm here with my co-host, JORDY Fighter, and we got a special guest tonight, man. Big Dog, BIRDGANG31, man. And congratulations on the 1,000 subs.
Yeah,
and
man.
See you finally got your, dang, what's that called?
Super chat.
The super chat. I see you finally got your super chat, Big Dog.
And I see that pop up like, what? I got super chats. Hey,
go.
It's tight, man. It's nothing but a blessing, man. The grind never stops. It's, I'm already trying to get to that 2,000 mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at 13 something now. So we're just gonna keep grinding, man. Keep growing. Keep popping out this content, and to keep getting the best guests I could possibly get on there. We're gonna keep riding this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, man. Pleasure to have you on, my guy. You already know every time we link up, we put together a little bit of magic. So, I'm gonna go ahead, man. Let my co-host introduce himself. Let you know where you can find him at.
All right, so as many of you probably already know, I am JORDY Fighter. I host my 3 podcasts for Celtics, Eagles, and Fighting Irish, where I share my disappointment in the games we play and call for the freshmen to start because, why not? But I'm there, and hopefully this week isn't too much of a disappointment because last week definitely wasn't.
Hey, JORDY, it ain't gonna never happen, man. You've been calling for this since the off season. They gonna ride with that boy till the wheels fall off.
Hey, right now it's a 3 quarterback system. I'm not complaining because it won us a game.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Big Dog introduce himself. Let y'all know where you can find him at.
Hey, man, I'm BIRDGANG31. You can catch me on my channel, BIRDGANG Nation Sports Talk, and I'm also, part of the network too, the BIRDGANG Nation Sports Media team. You know what I'm saying? We're growing every week, just putting out that Fire Eagles content. My boy Onetre rocks on the network too as well. So make sure you guys always check him out as well. You can find me on my network channel or on my channel like every day. I don't stop. I keep going. So, hey, much love. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, bro, you be grinding, bro. You be grinding.
My 4th one tonight, man. My 4th one tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how you ain't wrapped out yet.
Nah, man. You never stopped.
The grind never stopped, though. Once again, shout out to the BIRDGANG Sports Nation, man. Where you can find me. You can find my guy, BIRDGANG, JC, D Gifted. There's a lot of us. It's a roster, man. My guy right here put together a roster, man. Mm-hmm. Like I said, like I always say, if you're going to get with it now, you're going to get with it later. But I promise you, you're going to get with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. We already know. Shout out to BIRDGANG Nation. Shout out to BIRDGANG31 and my co-host, JORDY. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it before we get into this pick'em. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How do we win this game? I'm going to start with JORDY Fighter. How do we win this game?
So, the key to this game is just getting the ball moving and spreading the ball around. And that's something I've been calling for weeks because Hurts has had his fair share of struggles coming into the season, whether that be because of Nick Sirianni or other factors around him, so be it. But he's had a couple struggles, including locking onto receivers like Smith. And I think spreading the ball around would do this offense a lot. It would do a lot more for this offense because you've got a couple different receivers, and we preached about speed before the season, so why not utilize them and J-Jaw? And you've got 3 running backs, one of which has been kind of used, and the other 2 have barely been used. So why not use those guys that we've heard about all year, and the tight ends, who have gotten like 2 or 3 catches the last couple weeks, and that's about it. There's so much we had hope of so much talent and everything about this team, and then we're just keeping the offense one-dimensional and going to the same 2 or 3 guys. That's not going to work, especially against a seasoned team like Tampa. With the injuries they have and it being a veteran team going into a short week, as much as that may affect them, they're still a very good defense. And the key is going to be scoring here, because I don't have confidence in this defense to stop the Bucs, only to slow them down to an extent.
Go ahead, Bird Gang. How did the Philadelphia Eagles win this game, Bird Gang?
Get to Tom Brady fast and often. That's how we're going to win this game, man. You know, it's another one of the things like, you know, Patty Mahomes, you don't get to him, they're going to light you up on that scoreboard. There's too many weapons out there. You know, I'm trying to figure out exactly how we're going to stop all those weapons, especially with the linebacker play that we're getting out of our team. But I think we get to Tom Brady early, you know what I'm saying, and maybe even run the ball, you know, because running the ball is the cure to our offense and defense right now. You know, I don't think people realize that, especially not Nick Sirianni. I don't think he's watching his own game tape and not realizing that no one's biting off these play fakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not running the ball. They're not expecting you to run the ball, and no one even cares that you're trying to act like you're running the ball. You know, so run the ball. Stop pissing off one of the best players on the team, Miles Sanders, you know what I'm saying, where he actually have an attitude. Everybody's calling for Gainwell, you know, to be the starter, and it should Gainwell be the starter. It's like, no, Miles Sanders is a way better running back than Kenneth Gainwell. The fact is, Miles mentally is broken right now. You know, our last coach did that to him last year, and this coaching staff is doing it to him this year by not giving him the ball. You know, you ain't got to give him to him 20, 30 times a game, but you at least give him to him 15, 16 times a game. You know what I'm saying? So he can get his rocks off, you know. Really, you know, run the ball, get to Brady, and then our defense got to play like they did last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, our defense, that has to be the defense we have moving through the rest of the season. You know, our DBs are going to be really tested this week, you know, with that triple threat that they have over there, and Evans, Goodwin, and damn Brown's playing like he's on Pittsburgh and his early years in Pittsburgh right now. You know, scoring touchdowns all over the field.
He look good right now.
Yeah, but it's easy when you have guys like Goodwin on Evans on the outside there, you know, taking up all that coverage too. So, you know, they're going to be without Gronk, so that kind of helps out a little bit. But O.J. Howard's no slouch. And, what's his name? Brett is, you know, he does his thing too sometimes. So it's like, you know, they got a lot of talent on the offensive side. So our defense going to have to play like they did last week. Don't just stick to that zone. You know, we need to do some line stunts, some blitzes, you know what I'm saying? Like, switch it up and try to confuse Tom Brady, which is very hard to do. But it can be done. If anybody knows how to do it, it's us birds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Big Play Slay. He got some words. He got some words for you, Bird Gang.
What is that? Hey, man, I got 3 super chats so far. I'm like stoked about that, man. I'm like, what? I got super chats. Oh, gee. I ain't made it yet though.
Yeah, man. For me, it's like you said, we're gonna have to. I feel like the key to this game, we gotta attack Tampa Bay secondary. They're real beat up. I mean, you've been throwing the ball with Jalen Hurts 30 to 35, 40 times so far. So why stop now? This is one of the games you actually could take advantage of it, because they're picking up guys off the street basically. Their whole secondary has been hurt. It got so bad they had to pick up Richard Sherman off the street. So, I mean, we attack their secondary, but it starts by running the football a little bit. It's going to be kind of tough to run the ball in Tampa Bay because of the front and the linebackers they have, but you still got to show the run. You got to let them think you're going to run the football, even if we're not getting no yards out of it. Come on, bro. Like, we're going to get something. We got road graders up front. You run behind Dickerson and Jerry Mailata all day, that's a good 5-6 yards a pop. Just let them – we got to let our O-line go forward sometimes instead of them going backwards and pass protection. We got big guys on the front. I feel like Kelsey is a better run blocker than a pass blocker. So it's like you got to let your guys do what they do. Sirianni, like you said, I don't understand when he watches his game plan on film, how it makes sense to him to just keep dropping back, throwing the football, quick screen at the quick screen at the quick. It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense. You have tape out here now. They got scouting reports out on you now. They know what you're going to do. You got to think outside the box a little bit. And I also feel like you need to start listening to the guys in the office too.
Yeah.
You need to start listening to the guys you brought in. I'm pretty sure, like I'm almost 100% guaranteed that the offensive line coach and the offensive coordinator don't want to pass the football that much. You have 2 stud running backs in the backfield. You don't really use them properly. So at some point in the season, you're going to have to get out of your own head. I mean, put your ego to the side and actually let your guys help you out. Let them help you out, because it's going to get to the point where Jalen Hurts is going to be running for his life, I mean, throughout this season. He's going to end up injured or something. Like, why put that much stress on a young quarterback? I don't understand it. Why put that much stress on a young quarterback where you could lean on your run game a little bit more? I feel like Jalen Hurts should be passing the football 25 to 28 times a game, to be honest, in my opinion. He should never be going over that 30, peaking that 40 range. It should never happen. He's still relatively – he's basically a rookie. He's not even 14 games in the NFL yet. So, I mean, I don't understand the game plan, but the way we beat the Tampa Bay Bucs is we line up, we punch them in their mouth. It's simple as that. You line up, you punch them in their mouth, get pressure on Tom Brady. Our D-line got to come to play this week, because Brady's getting that rock out of his hands fast.
Oh, yeah.
He getting that rock out of his hands fast. So we got to put him in bad positions in the game. We got to put him in 3rd and longs. We got to get to that where you can Brady actually has to hold the football. I mean, we got to shut their run game down. We can't let Fournette and Jones go off. It's like, bro, it's just so many like layers to this game right now. And the only advantage I really can see that we have is that they got a bad secondary and we playing at home on a short week. So, I mean, they got to take advantage of it.
And see, maybe on defense, since Fletcher is, a superstar and a staple on this team, he was able to actually speak out against, that defensive coordinator, you know what I'm saying, being a rookie young player. But we don't really have those veterans on the offensive side. It would take a guy like Kelsey or Lane Johnson or someone of that stature to actually be like, hey, Nick, we need to run the ball, you know what I'm saying, on public TV. You know what I'm saying? That was a big difference.
Right.
You even heard Sirianni come out and be like, hey, I had to talk to him about it because, we need to change it up. But it's like, who's saying that to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be someone on that offensive side that steps up in these offensive meetings. Like, hey, okay, we got your offense, we got it down, but, all of us are getting hurt. We're getting off the field too fast. We need to run this ball. You know what I'm saying? Because, Miles had 11 carries last week, and I don't even count that as real carries because a lot of it came at the end of the game. 3-4 carries of those came at the end of the game. So you're looking at throughout a whole 3 quarters or 3.5 quarters, he had 7 carries in the game. Like, that's not how winning football's played right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the teams that win, even the teams that lead the league in passing, like a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Kansas City Chiefs, those are people that run the rock. You know what I'm saying? That sets up those guys. That's what helps get those receivers wide open. Once you make it to the pros, those windows are small and, really short and small areas to where you can throw the ball into. And running the ball only makes them bigger. So I want to definitely see them do, a lot better in that aspect, and I think someone need to really step up on that offensive side, whether it's the offensive coordinator, the running back coach, Kelsey, like somebody, Mailata, he's a big guy, he's already got hurt from, doing all this pass blocking. So one of those guys need to step up and say, hey, I think, coach, we need to really run the ball. Because like you said, those are some big boys out there. They are doing a great job in their little pass blocking that they're doing, with the banged up offense, but they'll do that much better of a job run blocking,
Right.
And it's just like one of them things. So I think we definitely got to get that started if we're going to be a dominant team, if we're not even dominant, but just even relevant, because, it won't, it just cures everything that's going wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles right now. It cures the injuries. It cures the defensive struggles. It cures the passing game. It cures Jalen Hurts. Don't just do RPOs. You know what I'm saying? The RPOs is not the only thing you need to run all game long. Like no one has a set offense like that where you're just running the damn RPOs all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to line up in some regular formation and don't let Jalen have to think every single play. You know what I'm saying? He is young. He hasn't seen every defense. So don't let him have to make that decision so early. It's only 8 games in, 9 games in. Run the ball out of normal formation. So on the run plays, he can actually relax his brain for a second, and hand off the ball to somebody, let them worry about where they have to go, where he can read more refreshed. So when you do come out back with that pass, you know what I'm saying, he'd be more willing to make the right reads, you know?
Yeah, I've been saying that since week one. I'm like, when we gonna get back to just running traditional run plays? It's like everything can't be an RPO. A lot of those penalties we got on those RPOs plays is because Jalen had to hold the football, or he held the football. Somebody probably got open, but it's like your offensive lineman already down the field. They don't know what you're doing on this play. You got to make quick decisions in the RPO. It's like, bro, just line up and just run the football. It's like, goddamn, like, I mean, RPO is cool every once in a while, but if you using that to substitute for your run game, it's a bad game plan. No matter how you shake it, it's a bad game plan. The running back don't know when they're getting the ball. The offensive lineman don't know when they're getting the ball. Hell, the quarterback don't even know what he's gonna do before pre-snap. It's like everything. I don't get it, bro. And you gotta back like Miles Sanders. Why wouldn't you want to use this dude? It's like now I'm starting to think it's something personal. It's like because last year they really didn't use Miles. This year they really not using Miles. It's like y'all just wasting the dude talent. I mean, the first 2 seasons of Miles' career, he's supposed to be 1,000-yard back easily.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be easily. He already got up to the damn near 9,900 yard in his first 2 seasons. I'm thinking this gonna be his breakout year. Like, oh yeah, Miles they're gonna be feeding Miles this year.
I thought
I think he has the out of starting running backs. I think he's like 32 in carries. That's horrible, bro. Like, it's gonna get to the point where Miles don't even want to be here no more. It might already be at that point. But man, it is what it is at the end of the day. Jordy, how you feel about that, Jordy?
So, I don't like the situation because you're wasting Miles and he's probably going to get annoyed with the organization. The only way I'd be okay with the situation playing out is if you keep him for a couple of years, he's not necessarily performing, or they're not giving him touches or what have you, or he doesn't want to be here. And then you move him and bring in a guy like Sean Tucker down the road, who, great running back. He's right now redshirt freshman or a sophomore. And kid's going off. He's built a lot like Miles. And it would make up for lost ground with Miles where you've wasted him and probably angered him. But I think that's a situation more of if there would be a new GM, and the only way we get a new GM is if we bomb this year. So that's the only situation I feel like this would work out in our favor. Other than that, there's no way this is going to work out in our favor because he's our number one back. He was supposed to be our future, and we're not using him. The time to do something is now, not later.
Yeah.
Puzzle me, bro. I'm really like puzzled by this situation.
Like tactical plan Sirianni has. I'm gonna keep running the same thing the first 5 weeks of the season, you know. So then you get all that game tape of one thing, and then flip it up on them, and then come something different. You know.
You think he that smart, Bird?
I don't know. Like, I didn't think he was in the beginning when he was sitting those players, you know, for a preseason. But then when we got down to the regular season, it did help because then we did have healthy players starting the season. But doing this whole pass, it seems like he's in the repetitions phase, you know? Like he still feel like these games are like training camp or something where you're going to keep repping these same plays out until you get it right. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like our defense did the first couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? They're repping the same defense out until you get it right. Then once you get it right, then we can move on to the next step, you know? And I don't know if that worked in Pop Warner. Maybe, you know, like high school football or something like that. But you in the NFL, my God, these coaches get paid too. So
they get paid big bucks.
A part of that, you know, I don't understand what was all these secrets. Even Miles Sanders said in his last press conference talking about they still had so many plays, you know, that we haven't even used yet. It's like, what are you waiting for? Because we done played some pretty good teams already that those plays could have done came out on, you know, like what are you waiting for? You know, what are you trying to see? And, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure what Nick's there. Either it's a huge mind game thing or he's just not that great of a coach. I think it could be this too. Like he was a good coordinator to the point where now he's he's a head coach. So you have more hats to wear. So maybe that's distracting him from his overall, play calling. But that's why you got Steichen there. Let Steichen call plays, and
That's what I was gonna say. He should just give up play calling, and if that's the case,
mm-hmm.
because he gonna be a one and done. He keep doing what he doing.
Facts.
He gonna be one and done. I mean, and it's gonna be his own fault. You had so much time to work to hash out this offense, and you present this bull crap to us. It's like, come on, bro. Like you could literally sit back and call the plays before they happen.
Yes.
Like, it's horrible.
The
Like,
announcers were doing it in the game, man. They were calling the plays, like, even on defense, too. They knew what they were going to line up in. They knew what they were about to run. And it's like, even all last year they did that to us. And it's like, that's embarrassing. You have to be embarrassed as a coach to even watch a highlight clip like that. Or, when you're rewatching the home version of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you hear that the announcers know what play. It makes me think like this. There must not be no one in the press box. How
can't
sometimes
be.
you got the guy up there, because if the guy up there is seeing what we see on the TV, you know what I'm saying, and he's not telling Sirianni something different, then he needs to be fired. Because it's like,
Yeah, the one that in the press box, it usually be the offensive coordinator.
yeah, but I think Steichen has been on the field too with him, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's retarded, bro. I don't know how they working backwards right now.
From what I'm seeing, Steichen has been on the field for every game.
Yeah. And maybe they need to move Steichen up there to that press box. There's certain things you can do to adjust to these things, but I feel like these guys are too cocky already in terms of their own faith and what they can do, to the point where they're like, I'm writing this out the way I want to do it, because if I bomb, I'm bombing my way type thing. But like,
Right.
It's like you're going to really waste the opportunity at being a head coach / coordinators by doing it that way. No one should, not even like Belichick plays one way. You know what I'm saying? He starts out the season one way, but he adjusts to every game. He might come with a totally different offense the next week, a totally different defense the next week. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you in the league for a long time. You can't be stuck on anything. If you notice, all these coaches that are stuck on their ways find themselves unemployed pretty fast, So I think they definitely need to. He definitely needs to think about that, because
Right.
you're not even established enough to even be that way. You tried it the first couple of games. When you're not succeeding in these things, then that's when it's time for you to change it up. Try something else. You say you got 100 plays for every situation on the field, every down on the field, every yardage mark on the field, every hash on the field, red zone offense. Well, we're not scoring in the red zone because you just want to pass the ball when you're within the 5-yard line, which is the dumbest thing ever when you got a back like Miles Sanders. So that's not proving your case. And then, we're seeing the same plays over and over again. So that's not proving your case. I don't know what he's doing with this magical playbook he got.
It's dumb, bro. It's puzzling. Like, I don't get it even, man. I don't know how long they gonna let this thing last, man. It's like, I mean, maybe if we keep winning, I mean, winning, like, it hashes out everything when you winning. But when you losing, especially in a city like Philadelphia, it ain't gonna sit well. It ain't gonna sit well. I feel like our fans have one of the fan bases is one of the biggest influential fan bases of all time. They're going to let you know how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to drill that joint into you until something changes. So, man, you're going to have to get it together. You're in the wrong city for that. You better go back to Indy, man. At least they're a little bit more, like, calmer than Philadelphia. But
right?
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. They already calling for Sirianni head.
Yeah, man. But he doesn't realize, though, his plays are good plays. It's just you need the running game to set them up. Like our receivers are not developed enough yet. Devontae Smith's a rookie. Quez Watkins, second-year player. You know what I'm saying? Rager's second-year player. Those are 3 talented receivers, but they're all only in their first and second year of football. Plus they're learning a whole new offense right now. So it's like you need that run game to pull those, adjust to coverage. You know what I'm saying? You need the run game so people will be loading up that box. You have all this open field in the middle of the field. Plus, they'll bring up safeties for help. And then you can use their speed to get over the top of these people. Like without the run game, these guys are backed up, chilling. The linebackers ain't budging. So all that middle of the field's cloudy. Jalen sitting there looking, and everybody's blaming Jalen for it. But Jalen's even like, hey, I'm the quarterback. It can't be Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no windows open. They ain't biting on no play action. You keep calling these play actions. Ain't nobody biting on them. That's the whole reason why you call a play action. It's for the bite. That's what gets the players open in the first place. So if they ain't nobody biting, you're just running a regular play with wasted motion.
Yeah, all our big plays are really coming off broken plays. So it's like, I mean, I don't feel like, to be honest, just watching as a football fan or whatever you want to call it, I like a lot of the plays he run. It's just bad timing. It's like you can't run a play action pass when you're not running the football. Nobody's gonna believe it. Like nobody's gonna believe it. And then it's like a lot of them be so slow developing. I'll be like, we don't have that kind of time right now because we're not freezing linebackers. We're not making the defensive. We're not even freezing D linemen. It's like they just putting their nose down, just rushing us because they know we passing the football. It's like it's no deception in this offense. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's like, I mean, hopefully we can get this dub. But let's hop into what everybody came here for. Let's get into this weekly pickup, bro. Ooh. We're gonna say the Eagles game for last. First game on the schedule. Miami Dolphins at Jacksonville. I'm gonna start it off with Jordy, and we just gonna go in rotation. Who you got, Jordy?
So I'm gonna have to say Jacksonville because Miami's struggling. I don't know the timetable on Tua if he's back for this game or not, but
I think
Miami.
I think he's back. He actually back for this game.
So even if he is, this Miami team has been struggling. It's not what we thought it would be. Gesicki hasn't really showed up. Parker's not really performing, and they've just kind of been there, but they're not popping off the paper, catching anybody's eye. Jacksonville, they suck too. They're rebuilding, but at least they've got something here and there. Trevor Lawrence is actually improvising, although one of these days he's going to get himself turned into turf because that O-line sucks, but he's putting his body on the line way too much and keeps putting himself in bad situations. It's not college football. He's not in Clemson anymore. He doesn't have 5-star O-linemen, and he doesn't have Justin Ross. He doesn't have those guys, and he's struggling. And as much as I hate to say it, I think Trevor Lawrence has a lot of upside, but at this rate, he's struggling. But in the end, he's got a better team around him than Miami does, because Miami, with their youth, has been struggling. Because going into the season, I was like, they had a lot of draft picks. They could be loaded. Not if the youth doesn't perform to par. And that's costed them so far this year. So it's going to be a tough game, and both teams are going to score super low, but Jacksonville's the team right now because they're going to ride the hot hand of James Robinson.
Go ahead, Bird Gang.
Yeah, man, that's a kind of a hard pick there. Both of these teams are definitely struggling. But I think more of Miami's struggles are more towards the fact that Tua was out, and Brissett's not playing very well anymore. So I think Tua, if he does play this week, he goes to Waddle a lot more. You might see Waddle be able to, open it up because I'm pretty sure he's ready to make his mark on the NFL. And like I said, they have a pretty good secondary over there. Plus, Parker, Devontae Parker's a good receiver once he gets the ball thrown to him. And maybe this might help Gesicki start rolling again. So I'm going to have to go with Miami this week. I'm going to say that, Miami, wins a close game. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I think Miami can pull the win out this week.
I'm going Jacksonville. Miami been struggling and Jacksonville been struggling, but I feel like Jacksonville has actually put forth more effort than Miami. It's like Jacksonville been in a few close games. I know they 0-5, but they don't look like an 0-5 team. It's like they play hard. Trevor Lawrence has them in every football game. They end up losing at the end, but I feel like eventually he's going to pop and get this team in the win column, and I feel like this is the perfect game for him to do it. So I'm going Jacksonville 21, Miami 17.
I'm going to have to say Jacksonville 20, Miami 14.
And then I'll go Miami 21, Jacksonville 17.
All right, I see how this one gonna go. It's cool. Kansas City at Washington. Who y'all got? Who you got, Jordy?
That's easy. Kansas City, because Washington has been a dumpster fire, and nobody but their defensive line has showed up. We've been putting out missing posters for the rest of the team, and nobody's given us any information. We've got nothing. And Heineke, I had high hopes for him. I was hoping he would do somewhat good. That didn't happen. Mostly because they've got no weapons besides Antonio Gibson, and he hasn't really done anything. And their defense, like I said, besides their D-line, hasn't showed up. Kansas City, as sloppy as they've been playing, because they haven't looked great. Their offense, I related a lot to the Bills in terms of they run a more of a five, like spreading to 5 receivers or 4 receivers. It can pick you apart with whatever works, but when they figure out something that works, they go to it. They're not like the Bills where they just continue to spread the ball. And sometimes that can make their offense one-dimensional, but with a new O-line and, well, an upgraded O-line and a healthy Mahomes against a strong D-line, I think Kansas City runs away with this. And Onetre, you know how I like my high-scoring games.
Go ahead, give it to him, Jordy.
I'm going to have to say Kansas City 45, Washington 17.
Sheesh.
45-17.
Jordy, yo, you need to definitely get those shirts made, Jordy. I love my high scoring
I'm
games.
going to make a shirt that says I love my high-scoring games, and then I'm going to make another that says I hit my quota of 40-plus point games.
Nice. Like
all right, go ahead, BIRDGANG.
Hey, man. This isn't even a real game. Like, this is a preseason game.
He said this ain't even a real game.
They're nipping at what is their record? 2-3 too?
Yeah, they both 2-3.
Yeah, so the Chiefs shouldn't be 2-3 like that. That offense is too good. That defense have been playing suspect. That's probably why the record is the way it is. But I think this is the week, definitely, if any week, that they bounce back and they destroy the Washington football team. Like I don't see them having any chance in, AG double hockey sticks to win this game. So I got the Chiefs winning probably like 42-7.
I'm gonna go Kansas City too, but I feel like this game gonna be a little bit closer than everybody think. The only reason Kansas City might blow this joint through is because Washington offense is struggling with Heineke back there. They with Washington is like they start off slow. You can't start off slow against the Kansas City Chiefs team. Their offense always start off slow and they pick up in the second half. I feel like Kansas City goes up by like 2, maybe 3 touchdowns, and Washington fights back late because Kansas City defense is like historically bad right now. It's like they're giving up touchdowns and yardage at a rapid rate, and that's putting a lot of pressure on Mahomes in their offense. So I feel like it's going to be one of those games where the Chiefs come out hot because just based off the fact that Washington starts so slow. But the game going to edge a little bit closer once the third and fourth quarter come. So I still feel like Kansas City wins this one, though. I feel like Kansas City wins this one 34 to like 24. They win by 10.
I wonder what's the spread line on this game.
It's
probably like this.
Right?
Go ahead, Jordy.
It probably looks like Alabama when they play their first tune-up game.
Right?
When they play them Division II teams.
Miami plus 24. Like, yes, I'll take that bet. Still lose.
Go ahead, Jordy. What's your score prediction?
For which game?
Kansas City and Washington.
I gave it. It's 45-17.
Oh, my fault. All right, on to the next one then. LA versus New York and New York, the Giants. Who y'all got?
Which Rams, right?
Yep.
Another
Ram. This is another easy one. I'm taking the Rams all day. Cooper Kupp, he did have not as good of a week as normal, which I've got him on like 5 different fantasy squads, so I'm hoping he shows up this week. But that offense is rolling on all cylinders. Matt Stafford looks like the missing piece because, I mean, him moving from Detroit to LA is probably taken about 5 years or added 5 years onto his life because he's not running for the rest of his career, like Andrew Luck. And the way he's playing and the way the team around him is playing, even though they don't have Cam Akers and Higbee's not necessarily having a big year like I hoped he would, they're still performing. And that's very good for that team. They're a big contender this year. And they're playing a Giants team who their quarterback may not play this week, which sucks because I want him to trip over the turf monster again. And not only that, Saquon's down for a couple weeks from what I'm hearing. The injury looked horrible. Sometimes I can't even look at it. But they're without both of them this week, so that's going to be even harder to put up more than 14 points. So
is Dan Jones out for the season though?
No, he's in concussion protocol.
Concussion.
I'm hearing he's going to be out. I'm hearing 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how he is next week.
Go ahead, Bird Gang.
Did he give a score? Or we do that second?
No, we usually, like, once we get back to the top, we just go around with the score.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, this is going to be another game like the last game we just talked about. You know, like, I don't see no one stopping Aaron Donald. And who's going to get the ball? Who's the quarterback? Glennon?
Yeah.
Mike Glennon.
Oh, my
Mike Glennon.
Same guy the Bears overpaid for.
I cannot believe it. I didn't even know he's still in the league, to be honest. Like,
I didn't either.
I said the same thing about Josh Johnson.
That was a shocker there. Yeah, I picked up Booker. Hopefully that they can get some offense going with Booker because he had a lot of points in fantasy, and I needed a running back on my bye. So hopefully to give him the ball, he could score at least a touchdown, have some yards. But I don't see this being a very close game. You know, like isn't Galloway out too?
Yes, Galladay is not playing, and then Shepard may not play. He's questionable.
Yeah, Galladay got he went out last week with a knee injury.
Questionable. So
and Kadarius Toney's questionable too.
Tony's man, who's playing for New York?
Picking up dudes off the street.
They're third strings?
Yeah, third and fourth streamers.
Rock, what's good, Rock?
Rock. So I think this is gonna be a total blowout. Aaron Donald should have like 5 sacks. And it's gonna be another one of them games. I'm gonna roll that same score back again. 40. Oh, we can do that part later.
Yeah, this gonna be a wipeout. This gonna be a wipeout. I don't really got to get into it too much. Y'all already really explained everything. All the guys they got out. The Giants still have a solid defense. I don't feel like they just gonna walk all over them. But they're gonna beat them by a comfortable lead though. Like I said, I like the way the Giants defense playing. But can they fluster up enough offense to stay in this game? And that answer is gonna be no. So I'm gonna go LA 34, New York 10.
I'm gonna go LA 41, New York 10.
I'm gonna go LA 42, New York 7. Going to Booker.
God, they gonna get wiped.
My touchdown this week, Booker. You do it. You do it, my guy.
Yeah, we need Booker. We rooting for you, man. At least put two on the board. Put 2 on the board, even if they little close goal line jumps.
Right, how about my fantasy, my guy?
All right, next game. The Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts in Indy. Who you got winning this game, Jordy?
I'm going to have to say Indy as much as I want them to lose because we have their potential first-round pick. As long as Carson plays 100% of snaps, I really don't care about this game. It's one of these games where I'm like, I may watch it if I have to. But
Hey, Carson just played a really good game.
He
That
having a
Baltimore
really
game
good
was a
season, to be
great game.
honest.
That was a great game in Baltimore.
He having a really good season. He only got one interception. He taking care of the football. It's like, man, as long as he play those snaps, that's all we care about.
And the
I want
thing
to have
about
a game like he played and just keep losing. Like you can have 400 yards passing and lose the game, and that's great with me.
Go ahead, Jordy.
and Indianapolis, hearing talk about T.Y. Hilton. I don't know if he's going to be back for this game, but he is back in practice, which is great for them. And while this offense has been kind of only using Jonathan Taylor and to a limited extent, hopefully we see them open up their offense a bit more because they really have only stayed with the passing game, and that makes your offense one-dimensional. And if Pittsburgh has taught us anything over the last couple of years, if you're one-dimensional, the NFL will find out and they will destroy you, which is part of the reason why they went from 11-0 to losing in the wild card. But they do have a good defense, and they're playing Houston, and David Mills, who isn't really a great quarterback, and he's a third string for a reason, even though he's a young guy, is going to be playing. And he's throwing to nobody and is handing the ball off to nobody, basically Walmart employees. So I don't think they're going to have very much of a contest, but I also don't think Indy's going to come out and put 40 points on the board, surprisingly for me.
Go ahead, Bird.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I was really down on Indy until I watched that Baltimore game. And the fact that Baltimore had to do all that lucky stuff at the end of the game to win it, it's starting to make me think maybe Frank Reich's starting to get it together over there. So I definitely got Indy winning the game. But, like, even didn't the Texans, what's their record? They win last week?
Texans 1-4.
Yeah, I think they got that win last week, too, wasn't it?
No, they lost that game. They lost to New England. They was up, though, but they lost.
Well, yeah, they just don't have enough firepower to win the game. So, yeah, I think, if Indy can play like they played the Ravens, then for sure they should win. And it might be a little close game to the end, and then they might pull away a little bit there. So, it's going to be a tighter game, but they definitely going to get that W.
I feel like Indianapolis has to win this game to keep pace with Tennessee. Tennessee running away with the division, really. It's like, what team, because we know it's not going to be the Texans, so what team is going to be that team that's on their heels? I think it's going to be Indianapolis. I think that last game, even though they lost, they found out some things about their football team that they can build on. I feel like this one they start to go on a little run, a little push. I mean, I ain't even going to say a run, a little push. And it starts with this Texans game. I feel like they blow the Texans out. Texans, I feel like they beat the Texans 34-7.
I'm going to have to go Colts 37, Texans 17.
And I'll go Colts 28, Texans 10.
I can see that. I can see all of those scores happen, to be honest. Houston Texans just aren't a good team right now. It's like anybody, I feel confident with anybody that go up against them because they don't have the firepower to consistently put offense up. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got a good part of your schedule now. Can you take advantage of it?
All right.
The Bengals versus the Detroit Lions in Detroit. That's tough. That's tough right there. Who you got, Jordy?
I'm going to have to take the Bengals because even though Joe Burrow is running behind no O-line because, well, we've been searching for them too, along with Washington's whole team, and we can't find them either. But the thing about them is, even though he's got no O-line, he's still finding a way to get the ball to Jamar and everyone else on that offense. And Joe Mixon's actually showing up this year and not getting hurt, thankfully. So that offense is finding a way to roll, even though they've got nobody blocking. And on defense, they're not that bad of a defense when it comes down to it. And I don't know if I can have them lose this game, just based on the fact that they have been firing on all cylinders. And Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. I didn't think he was going to succeed like he is right now, and we'll see what happens.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 4-1 right now. That's when the last time you could even say that about Cincinnati?
We got a quarterback, a running back, and a good receiver. A bunch of good receivers over there.
Scrappy. They're a scrappy team, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they let A.J. Green walk, which was a mistake.
I feel like it was, too.
I don't know. Dropping AJ, adding Chase, Boyd was still a really good receiver on their team. And then the rookie they had last year, Higgins, he's stepping into his own role.
I like T. Higgins. I like him since he played for Clemson.
Like you losing an older veteran. And then what have AJ Green done for the Cardinals so far, really? Is he putting up any numbers over there?
He's putting up decent numbers.
He's doing okay.
The big factor about him was his health, and so far he's stayed healthy. Fingers crossed he doesn't get hurt, because it happened the last 3 years. So, I mean, for my fantasy team's sake, I don't want to get another player injured.
All right.
Oh, it's on me? I think it's on Bird Gang.
Oh, he answered the... Oh, yeah, it's my turn, huh? So, the Lions versus the Bengals. Man, that's two teams, 4-1. The Bengals should win the game, but the Lions are a scrappy team too sometimes. What's their record right now?
The Lions are, I think they 0-5.
They're not doing well, even though they're supposed
right
to be biting off kneecaps.
0-5. Wow, I thought they at least won a game by now. Okay, so the Bengals should win, but you said it's in Detroit?
Yeah, it's in Detroit, yep.
I think this could be their trap game for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think the Lions can pull it off. Hawkinson's a really good receiver over there, and if they can get that run game started, and Deuce can get that run game started over there, then I think for sure this might be the upset special of the week, and Detroit wins at home.
I like it. I'm going Cincy. Cincy been every game they play, it's been a good game. They don't look like the old Cincinnati teams where people just come in and just walk over them. They make it a game. They're a scrappy team. They only lost one game, and it was a game to Green Bay last week where they was supposed to win that game. If the kicker don't miss that field goal, they win that game. Right. So I feel like things are turning around for the best over there, man. Joe Burrow got those guys playing. The defense stepping up. I feel like they beat Detroit easily in this game, to be honest. I feel like they beat Detroit 34-17.
I'm going to have to go Cincy 31, Detroit 21. And we'll see if this is a trap game or not. And let's see if all 5 Lions fans show up to this game.
I'm going to say this is going to be the game, my boy. I must say Brown gets him a touchdown in the NFL, man.
Hey.
And Jared Goff gets him a W. So I'm going to have to go with 24-14.
Detroit
at home.
I like it.
I'm just going to say the Lions picked the second best St. Brown out of the second best college.
Yes, USC is the best college.
Jordy always throwing shots, though.
USC fight Trojans.
Well, we'll see when they walk into Notre Dame next week. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a good game.
That's on Saturday?
I'm going to be at that game, so I'll
What
make
time?
sure. I'll make sure.
You gotta go live, Jordy.
Oh, I'm gonna try. That's a must. If not, I'm gonna get a video out of it.
Yes, sir.
Night game or is it the day game?
It's a day game.
That's
I'm
gonna be a good game.
I'm going to watch from there, but I'm gonna be texting you, Jordy, every time USC scores, baby.
All right, we'll see.
Slow
Let,
this. Slow
let's see how the
this.
true freshman does at quarterback.
Slow this.
All right, next game up: Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Who you got, Jordy?
Green Bay, because they're gonna come off of last week, and I think they're gonna have a drive because they should. I don't necessarily think they should have won that game, but they did, and they're gonna go. We did this and almost lost to them, and they're gonna. I'm hoping they're gonna push themselves, and this team's good with all the star power they have. They don't. I don't know. They don't necessarily have a top tight end like they used to, but they've still got some good receivers like Adams, and Aaron Jones has been holding it down in the run game and sometimes in the pass game. Dude's been electric.
Facts.
So we'll see what goes on with Green Bay's offense this week, and their defense, like always, is good. And Chicago is still without David Montgomery and what's his name? One of like 800 Williams is going to be their running back starting this week, and we'll see how many passes they give to the receivers because all they've got is Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson hasn't been around. The only real weapon they have is Cole Kmet. That's about it.
Mooney's pretty good.
Go ahead, Bird Gang.
Yeah, but I still think the Packers are going to destroy the Bears. Packers they're not winning like I expected them to be a little bit better this year, but Devontae Parker is probably going to get at least 3 touchdowns this game. So, and then Corey Dillon's coming up as a pretty good running back behind Jones there. So, and their defense is all right, but it's really all that matters what Aaron Rodgers does. Aaron Rodgers is a GOAT. Some games he's been having some horrible games this year so far, but he's had some good ones too. So I think Chicago is not there yet, to be a good team like the Packers. So I'm definitely going to go to the Packers.
I agree. The Packers got too much. It's too much they're going to throw at the Bears. It's like just adding Jalen Smith. That's another linebacker that to add with those outside pass rushers. It's going to get bad for Chicago. I got Green Bay winning this game 37, Chicago 14.
I'm going to have to say Green Bay 41, Chicago 10.
I'm going to have to say, I said Aaron's going to throw 3 touchdowns, so that's 35. Let's go 38-10.
Yeah, we all got wipeouts, huh?
Yeah.
This going to be the game of the week right here, yo. The Chargers versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. That's going to be a good game. Who you got, Jordy?
Dang.
I'm going to have to take the Chargers because I've been rolling with Herbert all season, and that ain't going to stop. Herbert's been electric. He picked up where he left off last year, and he's been performing. Keenan Allen did have a down week last week. He should recover, I'm hoping. And that offense is spreading that ball around. Eckler has shown up recently, and Mike Williams out of the slot has been doing very good. So that offense has been multidimensional, and it's been spreading the ball, which leads to consistency, and that's what that offense has been producing. Their defense has been holding up besides last week, and I have a lot of confidence in this team. So we'll see what they do at the end of the day. The Ravens, yes, they're a good team, but they're still missing 2 or 3 running backs to injuries. They're still missing Marcus Peters to an ACL. And as good as they may be, they've been having to fight from behind a lot of games coming into the second half. So when you continuously have to fight your way from behind, you're going to struggle as a team. And Lamar Jackson can't be the answer to most of their problems, especially when Brown inevitably gets locked down. They have another guy here or there they can go to, but that's about it. And they're going to struggle. And you can't rely on Lamar just to continue to run like he's a running back outside the pocket, because he's going to get himself hurt at some point.
Go ahead, Bird Gang.
Ooh, man. I don't know. I do like the way Lamar and those boys pulled out that game against the Colts, but probably got to go with the Chargers too. Chargers, that's a hard team to stop, man. They got giant, tree tall receivers over there. That's hard for anybody to be really, to stop their pass game. 100% is kind of impossible. They got a good veteran tight end there. Eckler's over there running the rock. Cooks, like I said, he's over there making plays. So I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers. You got the Bosa brother over there, Joey Bosa. He's a beast in the league. So I'm gonna say a close game. though. I don't think it's gonna be any kind of blowout or anything like that. I think it's gonna be a real close game, but the Chargers gonna edge it out, and probably, we can talk about the score after.
I'm going with Baltimore. I'm gonna take Baltimore in this game, just based off the fact that Baltimore presents kind of the same problems that the Dallas Cowboys present. They run the football well, and they operate off play action. And I feel like Dallas kind of showed the recipe to beat the Chargers. But you can't just do it with any team. You gotta actually be a physical running team, and you gotta make them respect the run so much that you could kill them on the play action. And I feel like Baltimore is one of those kind of offenses. The defense, it's going to be a high-scoring game. The defense, I don't feel like Baltimore can really stop the Chargers' defense. And I don't feel like the Chargers can really stop Baltimore's defense. So I feel like it's going to come down to like one of those 2-minute drives, last possession type things. And I trust Lamar Jackson, man. I trust Lamar Jackson to make good decisions in those kind of situations. I also trust Herbert, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I just got a feeling that Baltimore is gonna win this game. That's all I can say. I'm gonna go Baltimore 37, Chargers 34.
I'm gonna have to go Chargers 38, Baltimore 31.
And I'm going to go Chargers 42, Baltimore 38.
Sheesh.
We're really hitting the quota of highest scoring games tonight, aren't we?
Yes, sir. We in the JORDY range right now. All right, Minnesota at Carolina. Who y'all got?
I'm going to have to say Minnesota. Both these teams aren't really performing great, but at the end of the day, Dalvin Cook might be back for this game. I'm not sure of his status. I haven't checked up on that, but having him back is going to be a very big key for Minnesota to win. Matheson did step up in his absence, so I don't think there's a lot to fear if he is out. And the Vikings they've had some consistency, mostly because Kirk's the quarterback, and he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing, and he's been running a West Coast kind of offense for a while. So when it comes to this game, Carolina they're a team I would never be scared of, because Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. He's starting to revert to his Jets form again, and he should have been Defensive Player of the Week 2 straight times with 3 or 4 interceptions, and that's not a good thing. I think he's close to leading the league in interceptions, if not is leading the league, and if you turn the ball over, even once, that could destroy your chances of winning. If Darnold continues to play like he has been playing with the weapons he has, it's game over. His only real weapon recently has been DJ Moore and CMC. Robbie Anderson has had some quiet production, but that's all it's been. Some quiet production. Not enough where it should have been like they paid him. And outside of that, there's not really anybody else on that offense to be afraid of. Their defense isn't that great. And yes, they have a bright spot here and there, but that's it. So when it comes down to it, it's an easy pick, Minnesota.
Go ahead, Bird Gang.
Does Gilmore play this week?
I think he might be activated this week because man, he had to sit the first week out because he just came to the team.
Yeah.
So he might be activated this week.
And if they get Gilmore this week and CMC, if they get both of those players, I'm about to go with Carolina. Because I'm not going to totally dog my boy Sam Darnold out. You know he's from the U. So he's my guy, Sam Darnold. You know I had to hate on him last week because we played him. But Sam Darnold's definitely been running some touchdowns this year. I just think with CMC out, that put too much pressure on him. Like Sam Darnold need a complete team around him to be successful. I think he's CMC can definitely take a lot of pressure off of him. You know, because he's all everything. You can throw the ball to him. You can hand it off to him. He does his thing. And then with Herbert stepping up in his absence, you know, having a 100-yard game against us, you know, and that can help balance out that offense a little bit where you can pass CMC, run the ball to Herbert. And then, you know, that'll open up a lot of more and Anderson. So I think they can do it. I think they can pull out this game, you know, get back on that because they lost 2 games in a row now. So get back in the winning column again, you know, because I think they got a pretty good defense over there. Now with people, especially if you add him, you know, you add Gilmore with C.J. Henderson, and you know that secondary is looking a little bit better now, and that defensive line was pretty good. So I think they got enough. They got enough to go ahead and pull this game out. Like I said, it'll probably be another close game because you know they do got a lot of firepower over there, and if you take Cook's playing, and then you got Jefferson and Thielen, those guys always eating. So it's gonna be a good game. But I think Carolina gets off the board, get back on the win column, and get this win this week.
I don't understand why Carolina don't use Terrace Marshall more. Dude is a mismatch nightmare. I really don't. Sometimes I don't get the NFL. It's like, hey, y'all draft these dudes high, and then y'all don't give them like the opportunity to show what they could do. It's like every time he touches the football, it's kind of it like energizes the stadium. You got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Why not add Terrace Marshall to that rotation? But I mean, I'm getting a little bit off track. So I'm going with Minnesota this game. It started off slow, but Kirk Cousins has picked this game up over the past few weeks. And the defense is actually starting to play defense again. I feel like they're going to do a lot to frustrate Sam Darnold this week because they can bring blitzes at you from so many different areas. So is this going to be a Sam Darnold game, man? Is he going to mask his mistakes, or is he going to keep playing the way Sam Darnold is playing? I feel like he keeps playing the way he's playing. It's because he got to get used to winning again. You come from a bad organization, the Jets, where, I mean, it's just you. Now you got weapons around you. You got to learn how to win again. So I'm going Minnesota in this one. I'm going Minnesota 34, Carolina 27.
Ooh, that's not bad.
I'm going to have to go Minnesota 27, Carolina 17.
Then 2 touchdowns. I like the Minnesota 17, Carolina 28.
That's a good jump.
Come on, guys. Moochie, Daniel, and Pablo on the Birdgang Nation Network channel saying that the Eagles are going to lose. I'm just playing. Hey,
I don't know, man.
They got their own opinion. And that's what they
want. They don't got no confidence in us this week, Bird Gang.
I don't know why. Like I told everybody, our team's good enough, you know, to beat everybody. Like this. I know this isn't a shoulda, woulda, coulda thing, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. We could be sitting here right now at 4-1. The Cowboys game, the only game that we kind of got, handed.
But
All the rest of the game we beat ourselves.
we had the opportunities, man. We just ain't take advantage.
And the coaching, where that's their first couple of games. So it's like I feel like if the coaching staff gets their play calling right, we can beat anybody. We got the talent to do it. Whether we use all the talent the right way or use the talent at all, that's a whole nother issue. But yeah, I think what I'm saying, like, would it be a shocker if we lose? No, but even before the season, this is my upset special. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is Tom Brady coming off a short week to Philadelphia, a little hurt hand. Let Hargrave fall in a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Next game up. This gonna be a good one too, man. Arizona is the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Arizona travels to Cleveland to face the Cleveland Browns. Who y'all got?
As much as that's a tough one, and I want to say Arizona so bad, I'm going with the Browns. Usu Koromoa did have a throat contusion or whatever,
wow.
just like Joe Burrow, but I think he should be back this week. And this is going to be a very good game, probably another high-scoring game, just like the Browns game last week. And we'll see what happens, because this Browns offense has been firing on all cylinders. Just like the Cardinals, both of them I think are top 10 offenses, if I remember right. And with the Browns, you've got multiple receivers who aren't easy to shut down. They've got a combo of Hunt and Chubb in the backfield, who may see a little bit more usage this week. And
right,
Baker Mayfield has been showing up this year, something I didn't expect. I doubted him. I will admit, I doubted him, and I was wrong so far. But they've also got a very good defense. It's also very young. I compare it a lot to the Bills, because even though the Bills GM Boone had a problem with keeping around some of the older guys, that was still a very young defense at its core, and it still is. The Browns are the same way, and they can be picked apart here and there by veteran quarterbacks, but Kyler isn't one of those veterans who can pick apart a defense yet, I'd say, compared to a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, those guys. So they're not going to struggle necessarily there, but I think where they're going to struggle is just you can't stop the Cardinals' offense. You just got to limit it.
Mm-hmm.
How much they limit it, I have no idea. That will be shown on game day. But what I will say is Arizona's key to this game is going to be if Christian Kirk and AJ Green show up. If they don't, it's the Browns game all the way. If they do, it's going to be a good game.
And then they got Rondell Moore too, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing some decent football.
He's been balling.
Yeah. I think Arizona goes 6-0. Like, they're in a really good division. They've already beat some really good teams. So I don't see the Browns being that team that they lose to yet. Not giving no slight to the Browns, because they are playing some good football as well. But like, in terms of, man, I just think that firepower on offense, it's gonna be hard to stop. Kyler Murray's a baller. He does it with his legs and his feet. So it's gonna be a close game again. Another one of them nail biters, but I think they pull it away in the fourth quarter.
I feel like right now, Arizona is one of the hardest teams to figure out right now. It's like they have a solid defense. It's like you gotta score points on this team. If you don't come in with the intentions of scoring a lot of points on this team, you're gonna lose. So it's like, damn, they got so much they can throw at you. It's like, first of all, you got to worry about that Swiss Army knife in the back, Kyler Murray. No. Dude is like anything. He's a game changer, because if the play breaks down, he still can hurt you with his legs. And he's one of those runners. He's a smart runner. He's not going to take a big hit. He's going to get out of bounds. He's going to slide. And he got the shiftiness to juke you out your shoes. So you gotta prepare on how you attack this dude. Then they got the weapons on the outside: DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Rondell Moore, Christian Kirk. It's like they just can throw so much at you. It frustrates defensive coordinators. You got to stay up all night against this team, game planning. So if this game turns into a shootout, I got Arizona winning this game. The only way I see Cleveland winning this game, if they could keep Arizona's offense off the field with the ball control offense handed off to Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, play actions, just keeping the sticks moving and just keeping Kyler Murray and them on the bench. Because their offense is explosive, bro. It's just Arizona didn't beat the best teams in the NFL already. They beat LA already. So it's like, bro, I think they go to 6-0. I think they go down to Cleveland and get a dub. Score 37-27. I think they win by 10.
I'm gonna have to go Browns. Browns 52. And
God dang, you said 52.
I'm gonna have to say, Browns win 52-49.
Sheesh. He said 52. No, hey, Jordy, man. Arizona's defense is not giving up no 52 points, Jordy.
And basketball. And basketball over here.
I think it's possible. We've seen higher scoring games before. Why not?
They didn't even give up 52 to the Rams, and that's like a top 3 offense. But I mean, like I said, like you said, anything can happen.
Any given Sunday.
Hey, that's Jordy's numbers right there. Okay, we got to ride with it. And I like it.
I hit my high scoring quota.
I like it. I'm not gonna go that high though. I'm gonna say that Arizona wins 31-24.
That's low, yeah. I don't know. See, me and Jordy be on here. We be going at it because some of the games it'd be like, I'm like, Jordy, this game is not gonna be high scoring. Jordy just like throwing out these outlandish numbers and stuff.
Hold on. Go down to Richie MC's latest comment. One more.
Colin Cowherd of the world are coming for Baker and the Browns.
Go down one more.
Yeah, man. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody hate Baker so much.
As soon as I saw that come up, I did a gesture like I was on camera and then remembered I'm not on camera.
I don't know why the NFL world hate Baker Mayfield so much. I love the dude, to be honest. He's a big personality. I mean, he tells you what he's going to do. He's one of those quarterbacks that it's not cocky. He's not cocky. He's just confident in his game, and he just don't give a F. So I love Baker Mayfield. Yeah. I don't know why they hate him so much. Next game, the Oakland Raiders versus the Denver Broncos in Denver. I mean, the Las Vegas Raiders. I apologize.
Don't worry. I think a lot of fans still call them Oakland. I still call them Oakland from time to time, but the Raiders, I think this is a trap game now that they don't have their head coach and their special teams coordinator became their interim. So I think I give them a week. I think this is going to be really close, even though Denver has been putting Drew Lock, of all people, at quarterback. And Drew Lock is one of the worst in the NFL right now. I will continue to say it. He sucks. Jeez. When it comes down to it, I don't like Lock. I don't know why. I just don't. But when it comes down to it, they have a weapon here and there, like Tim Patrick, Javonte Williams. That's about it. Judy is out. So there's their big weapon gone. So part of the reason it's going to be competitive is just because the Raiders aren't going to be where they should be because Gruden is gone, and it'll take them a week to kind of sort things out. Even though they do have a loaded offense with guys like Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow. There's somebody else I'm forgetting. Their slot receiver, Darren Waller. There's so much star power just on that offense alone, let alone that defense. But at the end of the day, switching coaches can do a lot of damage at this point in the season. And I think this is going to be close just because it's your special teams coordinator of all people. So we'll see.
The Raiders versus the Broncos. Wait, Bridgewater doesn't start for them?
I'm pretty sure he's still hurt.
He was in concussion protocol or something.
And I haven't heard anything on him, so I don't know if he'll be back this week or not.
Oh, well. If Bridgewater's not starting, then I'm going to have to go with the Raiders, man. Like, even though without their coach, like you said, they still have talent in all the right spots, you know. They still got Derek Carr throwing the ball, and the easiest thing you can do is run Jacobs. You know, your first game as an intern coach, run Jacobs and get the ball into the hands of your playmakers at receivers. You know, Waller's like one of the best tight ends in the league right now. And, get him the ball early and often. Winfrey plays some good ball, you know, a couple of deep shots to Ruggs. I won't say it will be a blowout just for that fact that they don't have their head coach in. So I'm going to say that the Raiders win a close one.
At this point right now, you either could go two ways with the Raiders. Either they all band together. I mean, they all band together and they compete as one, or they fall apart. I mean, when stuff like this happen mid-season, I mean, this can even make or break you. I mean, I feel like Derek Carr is mentally strong enough to make it through this in the Oakland Raiders. And Denver is like having their own struggles right now. And when Teddy was there, they were well-oiled machine. Now they got to throw Locke in there. Let's see how he plays. I'm going Oakland in this one. I'm going Oakland 27, Denver 21.
I'm going to have to go Raiders 24, Denver 13.
Yeah, I just keep calling them Oakland. My fault, bro.
Hey, I still do it a lot off camera. And then when I do it on camera, I mentally yell at myself. So it's all good. We all do it sometimes.
So many teams moving.
I think it's going to be more like the Raiders 17, the Broncos 10.
It's gonna be a low scoring one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Still got good defense, don't they?
Mm-hmm. They do. They definitely still. So 10 still over there. They still got dogs over there on defense. The Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots in New England. Who y'all got?
I'm going to have to take Dallas, as much as I hate to say it. New England, they're a team of vets that was put together in mostly one offseason, or they're returning guys who opted out. That's most of their playmakers, and that's not a good recipe from the start. I still think they need a few more weeks before that chemistry builds up, and that's the thing about bringing in veteran guys. I think that's a problem that Tampa had for the first few weeks of their last year, was when you bring in vet guys, you don't really have to worry about experience, but you have to worry about building chemistry, because that's the biggest factor when it comes to veterans, I think, and getting them to play together. And I think that's harder than trying to do it with a young team. So I think it'll take a couple more weeks for them to kind of get there. So I think this is going to be an easier game for Dallas, as much as I hate to say it. But we'll see. Anything can happen any given Sunday. So we can only hope that Dallas loses and gets destroyed. But it won't happen. But we can hope.
Yeah, you only hope.
Belichick is tired of losing. So I see an upset here. You know, they played a good game against Tampa Bay, you know, and Tampa Bay is better than Dallas. So I'm going to say that Mac Jones, my boy, gets a win against the Cowgirls.
I'm going Dallas. It's hard for me to bet against Dallas right now. They just look like a well-oiled machine right now.
They are a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. Trevor Diggs, 7 interceptions in 5 games? Bro, this dude look like a beast right now. Shut down corner, baby Jalen Ramsey. Dallas defense has been playing like above expectations as well too. They haven't been world beaters, but they've been getting stops when they need it in key moments. Mm-hmm. And then I don't even got to talk about the offense. The offense just look juice, man. They got Ezekiel Elliott running like the old Zeke. Right. Now that makes it even more impossible to stop these dudes because you gotta bring your lunch pail when Zeke running that rock. Yeah. Now, play action you to death. So, man, it's the Cowboys. I hate to give them a win, but I respect the game of football. I'm going Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys 41.
Ooh.
Patriots 27.
Oh, and he said a disrespectful blowout win.
I'm going to have to agree with that score, 41-27.
And they're playing where?
They're playing in New England, in Foxborough.
That ain't happening in Foxborough.
I know, Miss Bird Gang. I hate it too, man. I hate it too, Miss Bird Gang. But
he said it's going to win 35-21.
You said Patriots?
Patriots.
Hey, man.
Sam Darnold come out party. Nelson Aguilar is going to go for 125.
All right, man. I can respect it, man. I can respect it. I hope that does happen.
If anybody can figure out how to stop that steamroll, it's Belichick.
Yeah. They also couldn't stop the Texans offense either, so.
Hey, every game, just like Hurts, every game, Matt Jones going to get a little better. They're going to look a little nicer. Hunter Henry's starting to come out and do his thing. They're waiting on Jonnu Smith to start doing his part. Once you get both of those tight ends rolling, you got the old Gronk and, Hernandez thing going in New England. Maybe it can start this week against the Cowboys because that's where they suck at. You know what I'm saying? The tight end in the middle of the field, away from Diggs. So.
Facts. I feel like Belichick gonna find ways to attack them. It's just Dallas got too much going right now. It's like,
and plus I didn't want them Cowgirls to lose.
So I hate them, man. I wish they lose every game.
After we upset the world.
The Seattle Seahawks travel to Pittsburgh to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who y'all got?
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to take the Seahawks because it's about time they beat someone good, and Pittsburgh, I think, is on a downhill slope. Harris has been doing good, and the offense has been starting to look like it should again because it's been very up and down. James Washington's starting to show up again, and I guess him not wanting to be there has kind of disappeared for some reason. Chase Claypool has been oddly quiet here and there. There's been some weeks where he's explosive and he's balling out. In other weeks, I've heard nothing about him, and I'm like ear to the ground listening about him. So the offense
is Juju
has been
still hurt.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he is, but even if he isn't, I don't see Juju as a great receiver on that roster. I think at best he's a receiver 3.
I think he should come to Philly.
I do too. I love Juju here.
I'm good. I'm good. I would rather.
Because you're a Notre Dame fan, Jordy.
I will take any other receiver on that roster over Juju.
Sheesh.
Actually, I would rather pick up Immaculate St. Brown out of free agency right now than grab Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju is a glorified receiver 3.
Juju is the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, and what'd he do? Nothing. He barely performed in the spotlight. He needed AB to do all the work alongside him.
And he'll have Devontae Smith on the other side of him. And then they will be great together.
They'd be tough. You could play Juju out the slot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That'd be dope.
Like when he was just available before he re-signed, I was hoping we got him.
Actually, I got a receiver.
There's too many good receivers over there. He don't get used enough.
I've got a receiver I've got more faith in. His name is Ben Skoranek. He is a 6'4".
Who?
He is a 6'4" receiver, and the dude has a lot of potential. I
Cap.
have a lot of belief in him, and he can be the next big body receiver. J-Jaw
Jordy be acting crazy,
Cap.
man.
That's all I can say about that one, Cap.
All right, for our Monday night game and the last game on the NFL schedule, the Buffalo Bills travel to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. Who y'all got?
I'm going to have to say Buffalo because this, unless Tennessee finds out they actually have good receivers, and if Julio actually comes back this week because he's been questionable and then ruled out for like 2 straight weeks, if Julio comes back and A.J. Brown looks decent, this should be competitive, but that's only if they figure out that they actually have wide receivers, because recently they really haven't, and a lot of their attention's gone to Derrick Henry. And when you make your offense one-dimensional, as shown by Pittsburgh last year, and I know I keep going back to the example, but it's such a good example, you suck. And you're going to get exploited at some point, because that's what the NFL does. If you get one-dimensional, by the end of the season, teams are destroying you. So,
But haven't Tennessee been one-dimensional for like the last 3 years?
Yeah, but at least they actually move the ball to their receiver sometimes. And Derrick Henry's been a cheat code, but I think some of that wear is starting to show a little bit because they're giving him 20, 30 carries a game still. And as much as I hate to say it, Derrick Henry at this rate, he won't be at this level for another few years, more than that. Only like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4, and that's pushing it. But when they figure out they've got receivers and they actually can get the ball to them, then I'll consider this a game. But if not, Buffalo all the way. Buffalo's been a team I've had to keep a close eye on because I live in the market and I've been getting all their games. And this is a team that does a lot of good things. I'm still not very high on their running back room of Singletary and Moss, and I'll continue to say it till the end of the season. I don't care. They're not that great of a running back room, but they can still get it done. They've been spreading the ball around to guys like Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs. Isaiah McKenzie's been getting the ball a little bit. Dawson Knox has come into his own, like I said he would.
I like Knox.
Yeah, I do too. I've always been high on Knox. I'm excited to see what he can do.
I like Zach Moss more than Singleton, though. He gives you a little bit more.
Imagine Booby on and the Bills. He would eat so well over there.
He'd be like a Tony Pollard or somebody. Yeah. I think Tony Pollard would be nasty over there.
I don't know. I don't really know if I really feel like he's a number 1 running back.
Probably not a number 1, but he gives Josh Allen more options.
Yeah, like, he'd be good over there too. I think a guy like Sanders would be like really awesome at all.
Yeah, Miles would be nasty over there.
Mm-hmm. I think the key to that running back room is getting a power back as your third back. I wanted them to grab Jarrett Patterson, who was a running back out of Buffalo, and it would have been great because he would have went from Buffalo to Buffalo, but it didn't materialize. So hopefully this year they grab a power back, and that should help their running back room out, because Moss and Singletary, they kind of are the same, but they kind of aren't. And at the end of the day, that's not going to get you very far.
Facts.
I agree.
You said Julio is playing or he's not playing?
He's still questionable, but he's been questionable and then ruled out for like 2 straight weeks.
And then the other guy, Brown, that's what it is?
Yeah, AJ Brown. He should be healthy from what I know right now.
If Julio plays, man, I think this would be a breakout. You know, 'cause even though I've been saying that all year, and they haven't really done that. Julio hasn't really done anything, really. But I think if Julio plays, you know, him being hurt, he might come back. He could take a little bit of pressure off of Henry, because I think Henry's going to ball out this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got faith in Henry. So I'm going to go Henry, and the Titans win this game.
Yeah,
he is fantasy running back in 3 leagues too, so.
I feel like Buffalo, man, they just different right now. It's like Buffalo, one of those teams, just like I feel about Arizona and like Dallas right now. They just one of those teams like they throw so much at you. It's like Buffalo jumps on you early, and they force you to get in situations where you gotta pass the football. You can't really use your run game anymore. So it's like, and Josh Allen just playing out of his mind right now. So I'm going Buffalo. I got Buffalo winning this one, 42, Tennessee 30.
I'm going to have to say Buffalo 45, Tennessee 24.
And I'm going to say Tennessee 28, Buffalo 21. 24.
24? I
8 to
like
24.
it. I like it.
Off a
All right,
last
man.
second
We made it through the weekly pick'em, man.
touchdown.
My guy Bird game really holding on right now.
Ooh, man. The funny thing is, like, so I did a late night fantasy show, or pick 'em in fantasy show. So you have to do the fantasy players of each game, 2+ pick 2 game. Man, that was like the longest show ever. It felt like, I think because it was so late, I was just like, man, what's the next team? Yeah.
It be like that though, man. Some of them straight, you be dead on them
if we did
straight.
one of these shows like in the daytime, it'd be better for me. Like if I didn't, especially not after 4 lives. So, but hey, man, it's still fun, man, and I'm glad to be here. And let's finish off with the best game on the schedule.
All right, man. Now you already know it's let's get this Birds game out the way. Let me get y'all predictions and the final score.
So, this game is going to be interesting because it's really going to test the coaches in multiple ways. And I've been saying that from the beginning. I said about the Chiefs game. So, we'll see what these coaches can do against Tom Brady, of all people. And let's see what we have in some of our other corners, because this week's going to really test them, just like Nelson. And this will test everybody. But Nelson's someone I'm especially going to focus on this week because he had 1 pick last week, and yay, but let's see what our 1-year rent-a-corner is going to do this week, because he's, other than last week, he's kind of been getting burned. So even with Godwin out and Evans not really showing up this year, I still think this defense is going to struggle.
You think Godwin's?
Huh?
You think Godwin's out?
Chris Godwin out?
Chris Godwin's out.
Oh,
what?
Snap.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
And
Gronk out.
Weird, none of the
Gronk out.
Bucks podcasters said anything about it. They were like, yeah, Godwin, AB, and Evans. But if Godwin's out too, man, this is a whole nother game. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Sorry, Jordy, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. The thing about this game is it's going to depend a lot on the offense, because I think the defense, most of it's going to get cooked. And when it comes down to it, it's going to depend on, is Hurts going to make those rookie mistakes of locking onto guys and not progressing through his reads? And is Sirianni going to continue to put him in the same RPOs and the same shotgun formation? Because if you keep running the same thing over and over, the veteran defense will catch on and they will destroy you. Because that's a 3-4 run by Todd Bowles. He's a good coordinator, not a great head coach, but a good coordinator. And we saw what the 3-4 did to an injured Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And that 3-4 can be effective against running quarterbacks. So it's going to come down to game planning and what this offense can do. And let's hope they spread the ball around to everybody, including the tight ends. And please give the ball to Jay Jaw if nothing's working.
First off, I want to apologize to all my fans, because I was sitting here on these podcasts the last 2 days. I did not know that Godwin was out. And I think that's a huge thing. With Godwin out, and you tell me Davis is out, and what's that? Winfrey, Antonio Winfield Jr. is out.
Yeah, Antoine Winfield, Carlton Davis.
Telling me Gronk is out. Man, that's a whole nother game plan. Because that was the biggest worry for me. What up, Ness out west? That was the biggest word for me. It was
Foothills, what's good,
how
my guy?
all
What's
three of
up,
those
Phil?
receivers. And now that you're telling me that their second best receiver is out, oh, I think we got this game for sure. I
I
think we
think
got
we won.
this show. I think this is gonna be one of them world shockers. Everybody's like, Eagles are losing, and it's gonna be the big game. We're gonna get put on notice and go to 3-3.
And then Brady hurt too, so it's like, bro, we got to take advantage of this. We
It's
got
the
to.
trap game, baby.
Yeah, but me, I'm going Philadelphia with this. I'm going Philadelphia just based off the fact that maybe, just maybe, we're gonna build off of what happened last week. Like I said, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm always gonna rock with my boys, but if I call BS, I'm gonna call BS. So, it all depends, man, how we come out. We gotta come out strong. We can't let Tampa Bay sustain those long drives. We gotta stop the football in the run game. I feel like if we do that, we can fluster up enough offense to beat these dudes. Like they're real hindered in the secondary. I mean, the linebackers, they flow sideline to sideline, but I don't feel like they're that great in coverage. It's like, so it's a lot of things we can take advantage of. It's just, what game plan we come into this game with. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game 27, Tampa Bay 24.
Ooh, yeah.
I got Tampa Bay winning this game 31-24.
Oh man, Jordy. But hey, you being real with it. Most people think that too. I got the Birds, baby, and I think we're gonna win a very close game, 31-28.
Foothill said Godwin is in.
But see, all the beat writers said that God was in on my channel, but maybe they just wanted everybody to believe it. Doing a little bit of false information. Hey, Grant, because I know it's Godwin in, my guy. Go check it out for us. So, hey, dude, babe, go ahead and check that out for me. See if Godwin's playing this tomorrow.
I hope he not.
If he's not, that's to me. I think that's a whole other game changer right there. Because Davis was already a big loss for him. Like when you have Davis and White on that field together, those are two dominating linebackers. And now
Carlton Davis is playing his best football too when he went down.
They would probably destroy Dustin. I'm not even gonna lie. Like those guys, those linebackers right there, because they know how to stop the run and they can stop the pass, and they can do whatever they want with Davis in the in that lineup with White and Shaq Barrett's back, and that defensive line's pretty stout too. So the only place they're really hurting is cornerback and safety right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
man, they picking up dudes out. They picking up dudes out working at bouncers at the bar. So yeah, once again, bros, it's been another successful show. Me and my guy JORDY Fighters, Onetre Fighter Weekly Pick'em with our special guest, Big Dog Bird Gang. Shout out to the Bird Gang Sports, Bird Gang Nation Sports Media. Man, we building something crazy over here, man.
They said Godwin is a full participation, so he playing.
Yeah, we know Davis. Oh yeah. All right, so Godwin in. All right, that threw a little monkey wrench in there.
I still think, even like I was thinking, that's been my score prediction all week, thinking that he was playing anyway. So
we're gonna need a big game from Maddox then, because he's gonna be matched up on Antonio Brown down there all game.
But I think we're gonna do a lot too high with a Harris and McLeod helping out whoever they need to help out there. My deal is if the defense could play like they played last week, because lately it's been one game the offense playing good. Like the first game they both played good, offense and defense. We won. Then it went offense played good, or and then defense played good. No, defense played good.
No, the defense played good in the San Fran game,
and then the offense played good.
And then we just completely laid an egg versus Dallas.
Dallas game.
Yeah.
And then the
offense came to play versus San Fran.
Yeah. And then the defense played good against Panthers. So it's the offense turn to shine again. So I think that the offense will shine with the defense playing at the level that they play. Let's find out if Big Play Slay and Nelson are really ready to play, or was that just a fluke game by them? One of them lucky games. So like Lone Scanner keep mixing up this play calling and the defense play like they played last week. I think it's time for you to see Hurt season again. And run the ball, Nick. Please, just run the ball. Like
Just a
run the ball.
little bit, please. Just a little pinch of the run. Like,
15
god
carries.
damn.
If you don't want to give them all the miles, do 15 regular run plays, and spread it out with game. Well, I don't care which one of them get it, really. Just start running the ball. Help open up.
Just like a little sprinkle run.
I need 20 carries, Sirianni. 20 rushing carries for the game.
Facts. And let it be really designed run, please.
Yeah, not 20 RPOs, because we know you're going to do like 40 of those. So give me 20 regular rushes in the game, and do them early, too. Don't just wait to the fourth quarter to try to do them or something like that.
This coaching staff burning me out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they burning me out.
First time I'm doing a play-by-play this year, because some people said they didn't want to see me do it since JC's going to be at the game. And I'm like, I'll try it. Why not? And I have a feeling I'm a cuss on air. I have a feeling there's going to be some cussing going on, but I'm going to try to be professional, keep it good,
Yeah, bro, I don't know, man. I can't call it. It's just like we see it. Y'all should be able to see y'all professional head coaches and stuff. So, I mean, hopefully they get that together. I mean, they get that game plan part together. But yeah, once again, it's been another great episode of the Onetre Fighter Weekly Podcast. I'm gonna let my guy Bird Gang let y'all know where y'all can find him at, even though y'all probably already know already. But still, I mean, give it to him one time, big dog.
Hey man, BIRDGANG31 is the channel. Bergen Nation Sports Talk, my show. I collab with as many people as possible all the time. Eagles content creators. It doesn't matter what team you're on. I try to get you on. If you're a good content creator, you talk some good football. Hey, I love to have you on. And every week I try to make sure I get some of the best content creators from every team that we play. I got a couple of shows, on the network. On Monday, we got the Birds of Broad Street with me, Cool Cat Connors, and Philly Notion. On Wednesday, we got the midweek special today. Earlier, we did the midweek special. That's me and JC Eagle Talk. So check that show out. And then on Sunday, it's me, JC D Gifted, for a pregame show. It's called The Pregame Show. And then the postgame show called The Aftermath Podcast. So check those things out. Like and subscribe to all the members in the network, and Jordy Fighter as well. He's a great guy up there doing some good content on his channel. So much love for having me on, guys. You know what I'm saying? And we can do this again sometime.
Y'all already know who I am. Onetre Rock, live from the Cave Ball. Like, comment, and subscribe. Pull up to the channel, bro. Like, I do good content. Like, my content be lit. I mean, Bird Gang wouldn't have put me on the team if he ain't already know. So, pull up to the YouTube, Instagram, Onetre Rock. I mean, that's all I got to say. I'm gonna let my guy Jordy take us up out of here. Let the fans know where they can find you at, Jordy.
So, if you don't already know, I am Jordy Fighter, the host of my 3 podcasts for the Celtics, Eagles, and Fighting Irish, where I share my depression in the games we play and investigate why there's a 6'9" quarterback at Nevada. But you can find me there, and there's definitely going to be some interesting things coming. And maybe a potential new logo, maybe a couple things here and there, and maybe even a new intro. And if there's any Notre Dame fans that watch this, which there probably isn't because, well, I'm not that lucky, they'd understand the quote of brotherhood from Notre Dame and the culture and the Twitter. So if there is any of them, that's a little hint. And everything new may have a connection to that.
Jordy, I got two for you. One, I think we need to wager on this USC Notre Dame game.
Oh, we do.
And
we definitely
two,
do.
will we ever see your face behind that?
Okay, so
logo, my guy. Like, what's
I got
up?
asked this.
Is this like part of your whole mantra? Like, yeah, you never know who I am.
Yes and no. I've never really been asked this on stream, but I have kind of talked about this. I'm not. It's just I don't show my face. It's never really been a part of the brand. I've more just been someone who carries the mystique, and not only that, I'm not in the most ideal situation to have a recording set up yet. So
It's okay. Is this
but
your right?
one day we may see the face.
I
BLSG brought
know,
up
like it's like you and like one other person, but definitely you. Like never seen your face, and like, man, why don't Jordy, bring the face out?
there's only two people that have seen my face, and
Ever on like
of the YouTubers, yes, there's only two people.
which
And
two is it?
I'm not gonna say. One of them has already said it on stream, and it may or may not be AK, but I won't say the second one. So there's that, and what else was I gonna say? Oh, BLSG was trying to get me to show my face because I said maybe I'll do a bet, and if I lose, because I'm
There you go. The USC
I'm a gambling
game. USC game.
As I like to say, I'm a
USC
gambling
wins,
addict.
You come
So
on my channel and you show the face.
We gotta put a little wager on the table, Bird Gang.
I'm gonna have to think about it. I will get back to you on that.
That is my wager to you, Jordy Fighter. USC versus Notre Dame. If USC wins, you come on the channel and you unveil the mask.
Oh, you're saying when? Okay, so when Kyron Williams goes for 150 and 2 touchdowns, we'll see.
Okay.
But all right, I will get back to you on that bet.
I like it. I like it.
I'll think about it. That's something to think about.
He says a Cowboys fan thing. Eagles have a good chance to win. Tampa's defense is banged up. Yeah, man. Hawk, we gonna win, man, for sure. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
We winning that junk. I feel like we walk out of Lincoln Financial Field
with
our first home win.
Finally, that little 3-game losing streak kind of made us look like we were dumpster trash. But it's time to get that respect put back on the Eagles' name. You know what I'm saying? So we winning.
Hey, Bird Gang, you gonna win the bet. Jordy gonna come on. Jordy gonna show his face with a screen mask on.
Oh no,
you just told me I gotta show my face. You ain't say I gotta show my face.
Now I gotta look. I'm not gonna wear a mask. I've gotta look. I roll with a certain look. I'm always wearing a hat and sunglasses, but there ain't gonna be a mask. No. There's a difference between my normal get up.
So mysterious, man.
There's a difference between the normal get up and not. That, and I love the constant jokes of I wear sunglasses in a studio where I have blackout curtains. So
who's had these jokes is doing?
Yeah, man. This has been a great stream. We gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that joined the live. Shout out to my guy Bird Gang, my co-host Jordy Fighter. It's your boy Onetre Rock. We out of here.
Peace.